Hey, welcome back to the Robert Timmons Show. Today, you just have me speaking, and what I want to do is really dive into what my superpower is because it's something that we all have. We all have a superpower. We all have something that we're good at that really, generates enthusiasm, passion, direction, and movement. And mine is visualization. As an artist, I like to visualize very quickly. In practice of continually, painting and drawing and sketching, that I don't touch anything unless I can see something. The result, the direction, how it can work, where it can be moved, how it can be marketed, for an example, how it can change lives, whatever it is. My mind, sometimes we'll see 500 images and they're all like a Rolodex, just going. It just shows so much value in my mind that I'm like, I got to go do this. I have to go do this. So think about, what is your superpower? What is making things work for you? How are you connecting with people? Are you a good networker? Are you a good organizer? Are you a good are you a good you know talker, public speaker, for an example? You may have a few different things, but most of the time there's one major superpower that you have. And I want you to really dig deep into that, feel it, really start, putting your life, into the dissecting, data area and see which one, which area do you fall into? Are you someone who's out there? Are you an introvert or are you an extrovert? And then if you find out which one you are, now what do you do that makes you that? What, are you, a lot of introverts like myself, I'm not someone who can walk in everywhere and just kind of be the life of the party. I absolutely love speaking. I absolutely love sharing value as much as as I keep learning, I like to share it. And I'm also a public speaker, but I'm very reserved. I don't just go into somewhere and just shoot bullshit. For an example, like I don't just talk about things that I don't really know much about. So if there's a conversation going on, I'm not someone who's going to step in and just, act like I know it already. I'm definitely not that person. I'm someone who needs to be, in somewhat planned, organized in some manner. When I do go in and I talk, I want to make sure that it's either something I'm already doing, so I'm very passionate about. So I don't necessarily need, in that area, I don't necessarily need to be fully organized because I'm so engulfed in it. It is my life. It's, it's part of my blood, for an example. But if it's something that, someone wants me to speak about and I'm not fully, prepared on that, I am not going to do well. Absolutely, I'm not going to do well. That's not my superpower. But when I visualize and I see things and I want to test things, the best thing about visualization is we all can do it. First off, we all can see things, but with images in our mind. Our memories are images, right? When we think of where we want to go, our dreams are images. Our imagination is images. So it's something that I'm very good at because I practice it all the time. And recently, I've practiced it even on deeper levels. I look at my vision board, and it's funny. I got a Sequoia truck outside, a Toyota Sequoia, and I completely, forgot what I had written down on my vision board. And my wife said, a long time ago, she said she wanted, either a Forerunner or a Sequoia. And for some reason, I had put, where is it here? I bought my wife a white Sequoia 4x4. Now, the funny thing is, I read that after I had bought this Sequoia outside, and I was blown away because I remember my wife, really liking these Forerunners that were white and they were 4x4s. And I said, hey, babe, can you believe that I actually wrote down a Sequoia on my vision board and we now have a Sequoia outside? It's just little things like that. They kind of blow you away. but it's because you put it out there. You no, I'm seriously, this is powerful for you. Really think about this. What you put on that vision board, you see all the time. You are, subconsciously taking that in such a different level. A level you can't even imagine. It's when you tap into a world of information, and the less resistance you have for that world to come in with that information, the more value can come into your life. The abundance of whatever it is that you want to come to and through you. And as it comes through you, it's forming into the things that you are habitually doing. What are you doing, positive or negative? And this will help create. It's quite powerful. There was a time when we were living in Florida, and I was like thinking to myself, okay, I'm going to put down on my vision board that we need to move by, I believe it was like February 1st of what was it, 2016. We need to move and be, out of where we were. We're going to go into somewhere better and bigger and better. And you never know where it's going to go. You never know what's going to happen. And what was really cool about this one was by December, I had, started a new job in another state from coast to coast. So from Florida, I started another job in California by December of 2016. So it was February 2017 that actually I was talking about. So by December of 2016, here I am starting a new job in California, and I had to drive back, and then I drove our stuff over, everything. And my wife didn't come till like 2 weeks before February 1st, 2017, that was put on my vision board that we were going to be moving into something bigger and better. And boom, there we are, 2 weeks before that vision, that goal on my vision board came to reality. And you don't know that until all of a sudden you look at the vision board and go, holy crap, look at that. And it sends goosebumps through you. Your hair stands up. And you hear many people that are doing some incredible things say the same thing. So I'm going to tell you now, if you don't have a vision board going, get one going, write words on it, get pictures that match, Photoshop you in those pictures if you want. Think about them, feel them. Who's with you? What sounds do you hear? What do you taste? Is it the water splashing on you, or is it the wind blowing through your hair? Are you in a pool? Are you, looking at, some beautiful mountains? What is it that you feel in the depths of your soul that you want to bring to life? It's quite impressive. So, as you know, I am the painter of millionaires. And as an artist, I've painted these millionaires in a way that, they were already providing value to me. I was reading their books, reading their, reading, their articles, their posts on social media, some of their ebooks, whatever it is. I've been in their courses, their videos on YouTube. A lot of them, they're big names. And here I am now. To this day, I need to put it in public that I am being mentored by Jesse Itzler and his team, which is Chad Wright, a Navy SEAL, and Mark Brown, who is a former NFLer. And I'm in his big ass calendar club and his Build Your Life resume course club, really. So what he's teaching me, well, the funny thing is, I wanted to learn, here I put out something else into the universe. I wanted to learn how to live off my calendar. I wanted to really, dive into that because I knew that's what millionaires do. That's what people who run companies do. They make sure that their time is allotted properly. And here they go, and boom, now I'm like, my calendar is filled up, because not only am I, with Jesse Etzler learning about the calendar, now I found myself into the financial industry where I'm helping families, and I'm a part of where Ed Milat made his money, and he was my second painting. Jesse Etzler was my third painting. They both own the originals, but it just blows my mind how this is playing out. because my hypothesis was, let's see where this goes. Let's see where this trail goes. The more I paint, the more I put out, the more where does it end up? Right. My objective is to become my own muse, become, one of these paintings. And yesterday, for some reason, the number 34. So there's a possibility when I hit that number 34 painting on my Painting Millionaires, which I'm aiming to do 50, I feel I'm going to be a millionaire by the time I hit painting 34. And I'm on painting 11 right now with Tom Bilyeu. He's the painting right now. So I understand how powerful vision, visualization, dreaming, imagination is. And I want you to understand that you have those same abilities because it's all within our mind. We just have to practice it more. We have to utilize it more. We have to ensure that we do it on a daily basis. We have to create habits and rituals that run around these areas of vision, of, feel. You got to be emotional about it. That's the key. That's the sauce. That's the glue, is having the emotion with it. So here I am, my calendar is so filled up this past month of November. I have, done, oh my goodness, probably over 80 meetings this month, speaking to some amazing people doing some great business. And we're looking to get strategic partnerships going so we can help more families. It just blows my mind. It's not somewhere I thought I would be, but I'm doing it. And that's the cool part. It's happening. I was, felt that resistance prior, but I'm like, wait a second. The universe is speaking to me. The creator of whatever is speaking, and I need to listen and go with the flow. And that's what I did. I went with the flow. Now I'm, not only interviewing these incredible speakers, bringing a massive value, and I have a great one for you for next week. I'm interviewing him, and he's right out of Moscow, and you got to check it out. You got to check it out. It's going to be launched next Thursday, and it's going to be so impressive. I got a great lineup of some amazing speakers coming up, and today I just wanted to get out there and really, I want you to think about, setting up that vision board. You probably heard about it. And if you haven't, you need to research it and get some photos of who you are inside, because your dreams, your imagination, your daydreaming, all that matters. That is something that we have been, a lot of people have been pushing out of the adult world. Oh, that's what kids do. The kids daydream, kids, dream, kids, have imagination. That is a power within you that can pull you out of any situation that you are in today. If you can dream it, you can make it. If you can make it, if you all you have to do is add action and emotion to it, keep thinking about it on a daily basis, and it will happen. So I want to thank you guys for being here today. Remember, follow the Robert Timmons Show. Leave me a review if you've heard some of this stuff. Absolutely. I would love to see your review, get it on there. Check us out on any podcast that you like. Majority are on iTunes or Libsyn. So check it out, and we will talk to you again next week. Have a good day. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around. If you'd like to see more podcast interviews, you can check them out right here. They're exactly what you need to hear next. And if you're new here, hit subscribe and become part of the community, and tell me what you think about the podcast interviews in the comments below. I read all of them every week. And join my Mind Power Mastery group by hitting the link in the description.